Title: Dinner Diplomacy. In the grand expanse of the galaxy, the Galactic Federation had witnessed countless species rise and fall. But never had they encountered anything quite like humans. The Zorvani delegation, representing one of the more sophisticated and pacifistic species in the Federation, was tasked with first contact with the humans. These strange creatures had recently achieved faster-than-light travel and, by Federation law, needed to be assessed for potential inclusion in the interstellar community. The Zorvani ambassador, Velkar, had prepared extensively. Humans were rumored to be unpredictable, highly adaptable, and, most concerningly, omnivorous. For a species like the Zorvani, who thrived on a strictly plant-based diet and considered the consumption of flesh barbaric, this was unsettling. But Velkar was determined to approach the situation diplomatically. When the humans extended an invitation for a diplomatic dinner aboard their ship, the Endeavor, Velkar hesitated but eventually agreed. Declining might be seen as an insult, and the Zorvani prided themselves on their ability to foster peace. The setting. The dining hall of the Endeavor was vast and surprisingly elegant. The humans had gone to great lengths to make their guests comfortable. The walls were adorned with projections of serene landscapes from Earth, lush green forests, sparkling blue oceans, and golden deserts. Ambassador Velkar and his delegation, composed of 6 Zorvani diplomats, were greeted warmly by Captain Reynolds, the human commander. Her smile was broad, her posture relaxed, but there was something unsettling about the gleam in her eyes. Velkar couldn't quite place it. "Ambassador Velkar," Captain Reynolds said, extending a hand. "Welcome aboard. We're honored to host you for this historic occasion." Velkar hesitated before extending one of his slender, 4-fingered hands. The human's grip was firm, almost too firm. "The honor is ours, Captain Reynolds. We are eager to learn more about your people." "Excellent." Reynolds gestured to the table. "Shall we?" The feast begins. The table was laden with an array of dishes. Velkar noted the diversity of colors, textures, and aromas. Some of the dishes appeared plant-based, which was a relief. Others, however, emitted a distinct scent that made his antennae twitch with unease. Reynolds took her seat at the head of the table, her officers flanking her. "We've prepared a variety of Earth delicacies to showcase our culture. Please help yourselves." Velkar's translator picked up the murmurs among the human crew. Words like roast, barbecue, and grill stood out, each sending a chill down his spine. The Zorvani hesitated but eventually reached for the safer-looking options: salads, fruits, and bread-like items. Velkar sampled a piece of bread infused with garlic and herbs. It was surprisingly pleasant. "You seem to enjoy that," Reynolds observed. "It's called garlic bread, a favorite on Earth." Velkar nodded. "It is agreeable. My compliments to your culinary artisans." Reynolds grinned. "Oh, we're just getting started." The revelation. As the meal progressed, the humans began introducing more complex dishes. Velkar noticed a pattern. The humans took great pride in describing their food's origins. This was a harmless tradition among most species, but the humans' explanations grew increasingly horrifying. "This is steak," Reynolds said, gesturing to a sizzling platter. "It's from a cow, a large mammal we raise specifically for food. Grilled to perfection." Velkar's eyes widened. "You consume the flesh of other sentient beings?" Reynolds chuckled.
"Oh, no.
Cows aren't sentient. They're domesticated animals. But we do take great care to ensure their quality of life before, well, you know." Velkar didn't know and didn't want to. He exchanged uneasy glances with his delegation. The humans' casual attitude toward consuming other creatures was deeply disturbing. "And this," Reynolds continued, holding up a smaller dish, "is shrimp. A type of seafood. Tiny creatures from our oceans." "Your oceans?" Velkar repeated, horrified. "You harvest living beings from your aquatic ecosystems." "Of course," Reynolds said, as though it were the most natural thing in the universe. "We even have festivals dedicated to seafood." The breaking point. The Zorvani were struggling to maintain their composure when the piece de resistance was unveiled. A massive roasted bird, golden and glistening. "This," Reynolds announced proudly, "is turkey." a traditional centerpiece for many of our celebrations. It's been seasoned with a blend of earth spices and roasted to perfection. Velkar could no longer contain himself. He rose from his seat, his voice trembling. "Captain Reynolds, with all due respect, how can your species justify such barbarity? To consume the flesh of other beings, to harvest from your own ecosystems, it is unthinkable." Reynolds frowned, her jovial demeanor replaced with confusion. "Ambassador, with all due respect, it's simply how we've evolved. Humans are omnivores. Our biology requires a diverse diet." Velkar's antennae quivered. "You mean to say this predation is a necessity?" "Not entirely," Reynolds admitted. "Many humans choose plant-based diets for ethical reasons. But as a species, we've always been hunters and gatherers. It's part of our history." The room fell silent. The Zorvani delegation exchanged panicked whispers. To them, the humans were no longer potential allies but predators, dangerous beings who could not be trusted. The escape. Velkar stood tall, his resolve firm. "Captain Reynolds, it is clear that our species are fundamentally incompatible. We must take our leave immediately." Reynolds looked genuinely hurt. "Ambassador, please. This was meant to be a gesture of goodwill. We only wanted to share our culture with you." "Your culture," Velkar said coldly, "is one of violence and consumption. We cannot condone it." The Zorvani rose as one and made their way to the exit. Reynolds and her crew made no move to stop them, though their expressions ranged from confusion to disappointment. As the Zorvani shuttle departed the Endeavor, Velkar couldn't shake the image of the roasted turkey from his mind. The humans had seemed so welcoming, so civilized. But beneath their smiles lay a primal nature that the Zorvani could never accept. Aftermath. The Zorvani filed an urgent report to the Galactic Federation, urging them to reconsider humanity's inclusion. The humans, for their part, were baffled by the Zorvani's reaction. To them, sharing a meal was the ultimate gesture of friendship. In the end, humanity's reputation in the galaxy became one of both fascination and fear. Stories of their dinner diplomacy spread far and wide, ensuring that no species ever underestimated the strange and terrifying beings from Earth. And so, the humans remained a mystery, both feared and admired, their place in the galaxy forever defined by a simple invitation to dinner.